Hey guys, welcome back to another Dragon video. Today I'm going to be playing in my T110E4. This will be the first and second game I ever played in this tank. For the first game, I'm playing with my buddy Noob. We had a great time. When I first bought the E4, you know, I was just like, let's just play one game, you know, and it was super late at night. And he's like, fine, you know. So, we both just hopped into our E4s, and, you know, we're laughing, we're like, oh, you know, because it was decently late at night, and we're both thinking, you know, this is a bad idea, you know, we're gonna get our butts wrecked, it's just gonna, you know, end up so terribly wrong, but that's okay, what are friends for, right? So here, moving into Siege Free Line, decent matchup. You know, we've got an IS-4 and a Super Conqueror on our side versus a Super Conch and a 907, I believe. No, a 705A. Right here, my buddy Noob was just telling me that the tracks and the gun are really weird, so that's what I'm trying to do. And, I mean, because of it, I missed a shot on the E50M. And I was hitting myself at the time. I'm like, you know, if I wasn't screwing around with the stupid tracks, I could have gotten a shot, but that's okay. It happens, you know, you're not going to make every shot in World of Tanks. So I go to side scrape a little bit on the A50M. Hopefully he won't be able to pen me, but he doesn't peek again, so I'm not able to get another shot, sadly. But that's okay. So I'm sitting here camping with the IS-4, both side scraped. E50M's just not showing up, so I'm moving over here to the outside left edge of the kind of like city townscape. Probably my most favorite spot on the whole map right here is the outside edge there. Just a great place to get damage and find different angles on people, or even flank. So there's a TVP here. I can't tell if he's AFK or just camping that spot super hard. So I pull up here to side scrape because I know a lot of tanks like to sit here and camp. But I'm not spotting anything, so I don't believe anything's there. So I'm reversing out as this TVP is absolutely destroying this AMX-13. Yeah, so I'm gonna go pull around this outside edge. I actually was a little surprised that I even fit. I've never played a tank that's quite this wide before. And then I spot the TVP. Luckily for me, the TVP doesn't decide to go ham on my lower plate tracks and perma-track me. That would have ended up so horribly wrong. But he pulls away. I guess he's scared of me. I mean, I would be scared of this big gun, but if I had the chance, yeah, I'd take a couple shots. So he kind of pulls back there, and then I get spotted by a Leopard 1 who snapshots a perfect shot into the top of my cupola. So I'm just like sitting there, I'm kicking myself, I'm like, well, I missed a shot on the E50M. This Leopard 1 took a snapshot into the top of my tank, taking 409 damage. And I'm just sitting there and I'm like, you know, this is not the game I wanted to have for my first game in the E4. And so I'm like, well, okay, you know, I'll pull up here, maybe see if I can get a shot on the Leopard or the TVP, both very lightly armored tanks, so I'm pretty sure I could get a shot or two of damage. But no, they're not there. They moved on. I was waiting for the object 705 to possibly reverse, but he decided not to. So I'm thinking, ooh, I can get a shot on the Super Conch, you know? So I make sure to turn my turret before I move in, and boom, full-on side shot and a fire. And just watch that burn. Just imagine that guy. He's, as my buddy Noob said, that guy is probably so pissed, just so angry that that could even happen, just having a bad day. And I was just laughing my butt off, dude. I was giggling, you know. I was like, this is hilarious, you know. Just a Super Conch burning for most of its hit points. And then I get a shot into the object 705A for 610. Not as big of a shot as I was hoping, but hey, I just got a massive shot on the Super Cog, who hemorrhaged the rest of his hit points. So I see that the Gorilla 15 is over here, and I'm going for it. I tell my buddy Noob, and he's like, oh wait, you need to load HE. So I start reloading HE. So I pull up to this corner, and I wait for it to finish loading, and I want to make sure the gorilla gets spotted. The gorilla gets spotted before I move in, because I don't want to just, you know. So I pull in, see him, take a shot, 1100 damage. Now I take 2 massive shots from the 268 and the Gorilla 15, so I'm not entirely sure that was worth it. I mean, it was still hilarious, and he died very, very quickly, and it was pretty funny to say the least. So right now, at this point, I've racked up 3.4k damage in 3 shots. 3 shots because of the massive amount of damage that I got from the Super Cog. And the massive amount of damage from the Gorilla 15. Now right now I'm just reloading. My buddy Noob's going around trying to get a shot onto the E5, but he can't. I'm looking for a shot on the object 268. Not seeing anything. E5 hides behind a rock. So they're all just hiding at this point. I'm like, well, you know. So I'm moving in, thinking I can get some more damage here. You know, just kind of. Probably being a little greedy at this point, you know. E5 dies, and so I push him behind this house, and this is where my greediness just absolutely, you know, just it wrecks me in the face. But at this point, I was having such a good time. I was enjoying it. My buddy Noob was laughing. We were just having a great time, you know, giggling and laughing together. It was awesome. He dies as well, sadly, but at this point I think it's pretty safe to say that there's no way we could lose this. I mean, like, one of their tanks is a one-shot, the other one is, I guess, soon to be, once the TVP finishes him. TVP is reloading, so we're pretty much at this point just waiting for the last 2 people to die, and there they go. What an amazing game that was. So let's go take a look at the end plates. So here we go. Second class mastery badge for the 3.4k damage and 1.7k assistance / spotting damage. So it's just an amazing result. I was having such a great time. It was so awesome. Just to see the Super Conch and the Gorilla lose their HP like it was just nothing. Both my buddy Noob and I both pulled off 3+ K games, both very good results. So I was very happy, and I mean, obviously, because I only shot like 4 times, I still made an okay profit. I am running a premium account, but I've gotten most of those from just free events and stuff like that. So it is possible to get it without paying for it. Now let's go on to the second game in the E4. All right, here we are in the map Pilsen. At least I think that's how you say it. So just looking at it, you know, decent lineup. They've got a 277. We got an E100. They've got a 705A. I actually wonder if it's the same guy from the other day. That's something I'm gonna have to look at later. You know, get a kick out of. And then they've got a Caro 45T, T95 versus our Stridsvon S1. Sorry, just looking at the little like radioactive symbol or whatever on top on the headlight there. Just looking in the barrel, just kind of screwing around, you know. Because what else do you do while you're waiting? So I'm gonna go off to the left here, towards that flank, towards the heavy flank. To me, like, unless I'm like lower tier, I usually go over to that direction. That's where the most tanks are gonna be, and you know, you're not going to get spotted over an O line and just obliterated in 2 seconds. So that's, you know, my reasoning. So a lot of tanks are going both ways. I feel like they're spreading out very evenly. I'm not too sure what the EBR 75 FL10 is doing, or what the 277 is doing for that matter. Why is he in mid? That confuses me. Why would... And the 45T, like, why are all their heavies on that flank? At the time, I didn't notice, but that confuses me now, like, a lot. I'm just kind of like, what is going on? Their EBR kills our EBR, so we're just kind of, you know, we're down the light tank. At this point, all their heavy tanks are rushing our medium tank flank, so unless we push very quickly, we're going to lose this. So I don't get a shot on the E75. I didn't feel comfortable taking that and then having to reload for, I think it's 15, 16, 17 seconds, something like that. 14, something, I don't know. It's in that general range. So we're really pushing these guys, like, so I'm gonna go off to the right, possibly flank the E4 and the E75. I get spotted though, so I have a feeling both are watching. But now if you just, there we go. So I'm gonna get a shot, boom, off of the side of the 705A. The E4 is looking to push me, and I'm just kind of, you know, just kind of backing up, waiting for me to reload. Almost done, almost done. And then I decided to push forward. He's of course sitting there watching me, but he's loaded HE, so he only does 441 damage to me, whereas I do 754. So I'm just sitting there like, why would you load HE in this tank unless it's a lightly armored tank? You know, I know a lot of people do it. I'm just not a fan of it. And I take another shot into the 705A for another 794 damage and a tracking shot. However, the E75 is still reloading at this point, so there we go. He did end up taking that, taking the 705 out, which was nice. Now we've completely lost the east flank. Never eat shredded wheat. I always have to do that. I don't know why. So we've totally lost the east flank, and they're starting to push into our base. Now things are starting to get a little tight, especially because the EBR, because of where the EBR is moving. He's trying to go off into the K1 area, and if he does that, he's pretty much just going to just spot our entire team. So he knocks over a tree, but I didn't feel comfortable taking a shot like that either. I'm of course spotted by this point, so I get shot by the EBR twice and the 122 TM, and I'm like, you know, that kind of sucks. So I'm gonna push across here, hopefully get safe from the 122 TM and possibly away from the EBR, which will kind of help me save some of my hit points. So what we're kind of doing right now is just kind of peeking on this Carro Combattimento, just hoping to get a shot, but he's not wanting to peek, probably because he knows there's several other tanks there. But I'm just gonna wait him out. E100 blocks me, and I take a shot and I miss, and I'm like, darn. So I'll just wait, reload. Defenders coming out. To me, there's nothing better than hitting the front plate of a defender in a tier 10 tank. It's just so much fun. 50 TP prototype. He found a really weird angle on me and somehow managed to, I mean, he bounced, but he still pulled off a shot. So I'm waiting for this Indian Panzer because I'm like, don't want him pushing in. He moves out behind that E100 and I shoot him for 820. At this point I'm up to 3.1k damage, which is amazing, and I see the 50 TP prototype moving in. So I sit there, I take a shot from the defender, but I can't shoot him again, so I'm just gonna wait for this prototype, and boom, 696. So a decent roll, not the best. And I get shot from the defender. At this point, I ended up with 3.8k damage, so not bad, much better than my first game, I think by like 400 damage or close to. So, and then it's just up to the Carnarvon and the 122 TM at this point. However, going up against 10 enemies, or 9 in this case, it's going to be tough, especially when the Renegade gets behind the Carnarvon. So, decent game, but a loss nonetheless. Alright, let's go take a look at the end plates. Alright, so we rack up 8k damage. Still not sure how we got 14 assistance damage. I didn't even know you could get that little assistance damage. It was still, to me, a decent game. 3.8k, that's pretty good for me. I'm not the best player, I will admit, but you know, to me it's just, you know, I play it because it's fun. So, especially the E4 where you get to blap the snot out of things. Top damage on my team, with the Caro Cabadamente doing 5k, like, dude, hats off to you, bro. Like, that's a pretty good game for you. Well, I mean, not if you're trying to 3 market, I will say. So, I think, yeah, I mean, it was all very close range, so I didn't have to really zoom in. I got hit 10 times, obviously, died, which sucks, and I lost credits this game because I fired a lot more, and it was a loss. So, I mean, it sucks, but it happens, and it's totally okay. Either way, I had a great time playing this, and it was just so much fun playing with my buddy Noob for my first game, and then going on to doing another 3k game, almost 4k game the next day. So just, I've enjoyed this tank, the T110E4, so much. If you like blapping things like you like the T30, I would suggest you get this. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please consider liking and subscribing if you enjoyed it. If not, have a great day, and I will catch you later.